I think all of us know that there's about two different types of people. The math science nerds, or the guy who's good at speaking. Or in the odd ones out case, the weird people. I am personally, I would say I'm both or in between. Because I'm gonna say this right now, English is absolutely free. Writing is very fun. Speaking is very fun for me. I think I'm pretty good at English. Math, it can be quite difficult, but it's definitely interesting. And science is very interesting. When we first started learning science at 10 years old, it was really cool. I've been able to finally use the stuff I all learned in my science comics. Ever since I was young, my mother has always been buying comics about science. In Malaysia, there's a series called the Good Morning Teacher series. That one, it was science comic, but it taught me quite a bit. It was also very funny, for as a kid, and also memeable with me and my sister. We still joke about it every now and then, talking about this guy named Stone, because his name is Stone and he's fat. And there's other comics. I believe I actually have one right now. Oh fuck! I think I took it out. Oh shit! It's gone. Not here. Alright, yeah, there's supposed to be a. I remember there was a Plants vs Zombies one over there. There's a lot of, again, they're all from Malaysia. There was a Plants vs Zombies comic over there. Malaysia's where we get most of our stuff in terms of comics. You know, stuff like there's a really sad comic series that talks about really heavy subject matter. It was really interesting. It was actually the only one of those actually has the only book that ever made me tear up. I remember being 12 years old reading that. It was a while ago. It was interesting, but back to science comics, yeah. But some of the Plant vs Zombie science comics, there's one about sport that I had, one about archaeology, but a lot of it is also about science. You know, science. And now I'm older, I actually get to choose a bunch of different sciences. It finally splits up into the three types of sciences. I don't know what the terminology is. You could call it a subject, but I don't really like that term. Chemistry, biology, and physics. Now, most people like physics. I thought I would like physics. But you see, when learning physics, it's all about math, according to people. I don't see it at all. There's a lot of math, of course, but it's not the same math, in my opinion. It doesn't feel similar. And physics is supposed to be about logic. All the logic is thrown out the fucking window. Physics is its own separate thing. It's its own language. You have to relearn everything. It feels. It doesn't feel similar to anything I've learned, and it's extremely difficult for me to understand it, because again, it's such a different logic, such a different plane of physics. Like the thing makes sense, light, but then it also strange because how do I explain it? It feels alien. I don't know. I'm not good at physics. I really thought I would be. I thought I'd like physics. I did not. Chemistry has been completely fine. It's probably the most acceptable, solid one, and I think it's pretty agreed that generally chemistry is completely fine. Nothing crazy. There's a lot of stuff. You gotta learn about reactivity. You gotta learn about metals and elements and everything. That's fun, I guess. And you also get to mix those things in flasks and beakers. That's the one where you get to do stuff. By the way, right now the topic we're doing is titration in chemistry for anyone interested. Titration is the most fucking abominable topic I've ever learned. Not because it's difficult, not because it's hard, but because the fucking pipette never works. The way the pipette works is, pretend this is the pipette. It's supposed to suck up water, or not water, but anything. And then there's a little bump here. That part where it's supposed to start filling up. And then at the top here, there's a line where it measures 50 cm cube. Because I live in Singapore, we use cm cube. I don't know if anyone else uses that. Actually, I think they do. Whatever. And then after that, oh yeah, they use inches. And then at the top is a little thing that looks like a heart for some reason with different valves. And you're supposed to press on them. They're supposed to go up. And it also deflates, meaning there's nothing inside the pipette. Now, anytime I press the valve that's supposed to release the air inside the pipette, it fucking inhales it. I don't understand. It's also really hard to press, and it really hurts your fingers. I think the pipette is the absolute worst thing ever, and apparently it's expensive, so I'm not even allowed to break it randomly. which is absolute. I hate the pipette to such a degree. It's so annoying. And the worst part is we learned about it back 3 years ago, but only now we're using it. For reference, I'm 16. Well, 16 this year. I'm still 15 technically. The pipette is abominable. I despise it so much. The burette is fine. All the other things are fine. But the pipette, oh my god. Stoichiometry is also extremely confusing. But I think that's more... I actually have respect for stoichiometry. It all makes sense. It's just really difficult. And I don't mind it. It's just hard. And then finally, biology, my personal favorite. I know most people don't like biology. It's all memorization according to them. I actually don't think it's so. But it's definitely a me thing. I don't really think of it as memorization. I just look at my body. Obviously, it's not how it works, but like, maybe I'm just good at memorization because I'm one of those dumbasses who memorize every bus in Singapore. Don't ask why. I don't know. It was a fetish when I was 6 years old, and it stuck with me till now. Back to biology. It's the most interesting one. It's pretty eye opening to know that my eyes have an aqueous humor. I like that. I'm not sure. Out of context, for anyone who doesn't know what an aqueous humor is, what does it sound like? I don't remember what it sounded like to me, even though I just recently learned it, relatively recently. What do you guys think of an aqueous humor? That's probably pretty amusing, right? And let me know what your favorite science is. I'm really curious. Probably gonna get a lot of physics, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe some of you aren't old enough to have chemistry, physics, biology. Let's see. Oh yeah, I took triple science. I probably should have started with that.